My parents didn't notice that I moved to another state, but now my father is calling me and demanding that I visit them, or he'll stop paying for my college education. So I told him that I already graduated a year ago and now earn 10 times his income. I was always the child my father looked down on. He was obsessed with my brother Roman. When I got accepted into a prestigious college, he told me, "You know what? I don't care. You have to go to the local college because we don't want your brother to be jealous of you." Well, I played along. I said, "Okay, Dad, fine. I'll go to the local college, on one condition. I get to stay in the dorms." That was my lie. I pretended to stay in the dorms, but in reality, I took my scholarship and went to the prestigious college. He had no idea. And when he finally finds out, oh, he's going to explode. But here's the thing, what would you do if the people who barely acknowledged your existence for years suddenly wanted you to show up and play family for a day? That's the situation I'm in now. Let me start from the beginning. My name's Jonas, and if you haven't guessed by now, my family is all sorts of twisted. Actually, I'm not even sure if I can call them family. I mean, what do you call the people who gave birth to you, only to forget about you the second they found a better version? See, I could have had a happy family if my parents had treated both their children equally. But nope. My parents, Patrick and Marin, are biased as hell. They've treated me like background noise for as long as I can remember. All because my brother Roman was the healthier kid. Roman was one of those cute, chubby babies, the kind everyone fawns over. Meanwhile, I was the skinny, average-looking one that nobody particularly wanted to hold. But should that really make a difference? Should parents love one child more than the other just because one is prettier? Apparently, in my family, the answer is yes. Within a month of Roman's birth, he became their golden child. He wasn't extraordinary, he was just better looking. But to my parents, he was the main character. Everyone was obsessed with him. And me? I was the supporting character, always in the background, always forgotten. You can imagine what a horrible childhood I had. My parents ignored me, only paying for my basic necessities, while my arrogant little brother soaked up all the attention. And trust me, Roman knew he was the favorite. He let that privilege get to his head. All the pampering, all the extra care, yet turned Roman into a spoiled brat who cared about no one but himself. And you know what's even worse? I was bullied by my younger brother. Yeah, you heard that right. Roman made it his mission to make my life miserable. Whether it was throwing tantrums so my parents would cancel my plans, or outright stealing things I liked, he never let up. And my parents? They let it happen. No, scratch that. They enabled it. While Roman was showered with new toys, praise, and affection, I never had to worry about being spoiled. My birthdays were formalities. My achievements didn't matter. My role in the family? A background prop. I remember in 3rd grade when I got straight A's on my report card. I was so excited, I thought, maybe this time they'll be proud of me. So I showed my mother, expecting at least a pat on the back. You know what she said? "That's good." And then she went right back to gushing over some crooked dog drawing Roman had made. She even put it on the refrigerator. Meanwhile, my straight A report card got tossed into the junk drawer, forgotten. That's how things always were. I was that forgotten report card, while Roman was praised for every little thing. But it wasn't just that. Oh no, Roman got to pick everything, where we went on vacation, what we had for dinner, even what we watched on TV. Every time I tried to choose something, I was shut down. And Roman? He loved rubbing it in my face. He was the king. I was nothing. So yeah, it's probably no surprise that I wanted to get the hell out of that house as soon as possible. And then, I got the perfect opportunity. I had worked my ass off to get into college. I landed a full-ride scholarship at one of the top universities in the country. You know, the kind of college that guarantees a successful career. It was my dream. But of course, my parents couldn't let me have this one thing either. And why? Because of Roman. They actually told me, "You should just go to the local college instead. It's a better option." Bullshit. They just didn't want me to outshine Roman. They even admitted it. They literally said that since Roman wasn't as smart as me, he might feel bad if I went to a prestigious college while he couldn't. Like, what was stopping him? He could have worked his ass off like I did. But no, I had to stay behind just so he wouldn't feel insecure. None of it made sense. But to my parents, Roman always came first. So yeah, I lied. I told them I'd go to the local college, but instead I took my scholarship and left. And you know what? They didn't even notice. For 3 years, I built a life for myself in another state. I graduated. I got a high-paying job. I was finally free. But now? Now my dad is calling, demanding that I come home. And when I told him the truth, that I graduated a year ago and make 10 times his salary, I could practically hear his brain short-circuiting. And I haven't even told him everything yet, because when he finally realizes where I've been all this time, oh, he's going to lose his mind. Hey guys, it's Jonas again. Buckle up because the drama just hit a whole new level. So after my last update, I had a gut feeling my father wasn't going to let this go. I mean, the man thrives on control, and my refusal to attend Roman's wedding must have felt like a direct attack on his kingdom of manipulation. And, surprise, surprise, I was right. This morning I got a call from him, and wow, was he livid. He didn't waste a single second before launching into a full-blown interrogation. Where the hell have you been all this time? What the hell have you been doing with all the money I sent for your college fees? It was like watching a toddler throw a tantrum over not getting his favorite toy, except this was a grown man losing his mind because things didn't go his way. Turns out, after our last conversation, my father actually marched down to the local college, thinking he could withdraw my name and cut off my education as some kind of punishment. And that's where things got hilarious. Because, well, that's right. My dear father went in there fully expecting to pull the rug out from under me, only to be told that his son had never even been a student there in the first place. I can only imagine the confusion on his face when he heard that. And judging by his rage-filled rant this morning, yeah, I'd say reality hit him hard. I let him scream for a while, just sitting back and enjoying the show. Then, when he finally stopped to breathe, I hit him with a simple, "What college?" Silence. Like actual silence. For the first time in my life, my father had no words. He was stunned, and that's when I knew. This was my moment. So I finally told him the truth. I told him I had moved states away years ago. I told him I had already graduated. And I told him I now had a 6-figure job. Something I earned on my own, without a single ounce of real support from them. And just like that, the power dynamic flipped. For the first time ever, I was in control. And let me tell you, it was glorious. But of course, the man couldn't just accept reality. Oh no, he had to double down. He started yelling about how I had lied to him, how I had betrayed the family, and how I was ungrateful after all they had done for me. All they had done for me? Oh, you mean ignoring me my entire life? Favoring Roman at every turn? Actively sabotaging my potential so I wouldn't outshine the golden child? Yeah, sure. Thanks for that, Dad. At that point, I was done listening. I just laughed and told him, "You know what, Dad? You're right, I did lie. But only because I knew you'd do everything in your power to hold me back if I told you the truth. And look at you, proving me right." He was seething. Then I added one last thing before hanging up. "Oh, and by the way, you can keep your money. I don't need it. Never did." And just like that, I ended the call. Guys, I don't even know how to describe the feeling of finally being free from their control. I spent years believing I had to earn my family's love, but the truth is, their love was always conditional. And I'm done chasing it. So yeah, I missed out on Roman's wedding. Big deal. I doubt he even cares. He's got Mom and Dad worshipping the ground he walks on. Meanwhile, I have peace. And trust me, that's worth way more than any fake family reunion. Anyway, that's the update. I'll let you guys know if anything else happens, because, let's be real, my parents aren't the type to go down quietly. But for now, I'm gonna go enjoy my very successful, very independent life. Thanks for sticking around, y'all. Can't wait to read your thoughts in the comments.